Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel, Smishek's Custom Baits. Rick Smishek here, out in the garage again. A couple days late here, I ran out of fuel and we had a snowstorm going on here and nobody wanted to drive, and I can't drive, so I had to wait, but that's okay, we're getting there. I should have been a little more proactive on getting more fuel for the heater. When it gets too cold in here, it's hard to make baits, because especially in soft plastic, because the molds are too cold. They don't stay, even if you warm them up with the heat gun, they cool off really quickly, and then you end up with a bunch of shorts, and it's way more of a pain in the butt than it needs to be. This thing here, we will not be tying jigs with this. I'm sorry, we just won't. It's the other couple of places, it's just going to be a real pain in the butt to get everything set up and in a way that I can video it. So I just went ahead and ordered another vise. I ordered a Renzetti Saltwater Traveler 2300. Buy once, cry once deal. It's an investment, and hopefully the jig tying pays off. Well, that's the plan anyways. As of about 20 minutes ago, the vise still hadn't shipped. I ordered it from, I think it's Fly Shack. Well, they didn't have one in stock, so it's supposed to be drop shipping from Renzetti. And the information that we got from Renzetti was that it should drop ship within a day or two. So we'll see if it goes out today, or if not today, hopefully it goes out Monday. Which means if it goes out Monday, I might not have it for next week's video. All right, so I'll figure something out. Maybe I have the fluid bed in here. I got a new air pump for it. This one has 4 outlets on it, so instead of just 2, so it should work a little better, especially when I get new cups put together, new paint cups. The guy that made this one, he used some kind of porous plastic in the bottom for the filter, and all but one of the cups I've tried, I get like a volcano effect. Instead of it bubbling like inside the cup all the way around like this, right, usually around the edge and a little bit in the middle, like a pot of water. Okay, instead of doing that, it'll just shoot up like a volcano in one spot. So I'm gonna have to build new cups, which those won't be hard. It's just something I'm gonna have to do. I should have just built my own to begin with, and I'd been a whole lot better off. But I was trying to cut corners time-wise, and it's ended up costing me a lot more time. So, lesson learned maybe. But so today what we're going to do is I'm going to make another panfish color, because I've got that the tournament I'm making baits for. And by the way, the tournament is for the GRBY, grassroots bass fishing, pronounced grubby, I've been told. I didn't know that before. But it's being held in Indiana, not Illinois. Okay, I could make wisecracks about, is Indiana really any different than Illinois, but we'll leave that one alone today. The tournament's going to be held in Indiana, statewide tournament. So we'll see how the guys do with these baits. So as soon as I finish making sure that the Plastisol's still heated up, we'll get the camera moved over and show you how we're going to make the next color. Okay, so the last color I made, we called it Limeade. Today we're going to make Limeade, right? And I'm going to use, I haven't done this before, I'm going to use this Neoline from Dead On, and then I'm going to use this 035 square glitter from Lureworks, and it's a pink. Okay, we'll put that in there. Panfish tend to like those bright colors. See, what did I forget today? I forgot my rag. I take the cap off of the colorant, holding the rag. I put it back, I wipe it off, the tip of it off, and so let's see how this looks though. I want kind of a bright green, but I don't want it to be too thick, the color. I want to be able to see through it a little bit. I want to be able to see the glitter deep inside the bait. So that's pretty thin. That's like super thin. Let's go another 5 drops. And this is usually how I work up colors. It's just like this. As I start with just a little bit of colorant and work my way up to what I'm visualizing on the right hand side of my brain. Okay? Because that's where we visualize everything. You think everything up on the left side. See, that's still pretty clear. You can see. Oops, let's bring it down a little bit. So you can see through the measuring cup pretty well. So that's 10 drops. Let's try another. Let's keep going 5 until I get to where I want to be. Let's do another 5 here. And who knows how this one might be? We might get to 30 drops and it'll be just right. You never know. Okay, there it is. It's thickening up a little bit. The color is. One thing that I had to do while I had the camera off was to reheat the Plastisol a little bit. When it's cold in here, the outside edges of the cup they cool off quick. The Plastisol starts to solidify around the edges, and if you don't have any heat at all in here, like I didn't yesterday and the day before, it's super hard to keep the Plastisol at the proper temperature. Okay, now I don't know. Yeah, that might be just about right. That might be about what I'm looking for, actually. Okay, let's try this. I can always. I'll do a test shot on one of the molds. I'm put in a whole scoop of this stuff, this pink glitter. That covered, put back on. Wipe off the scoop. And let's get her stirred in. Well, that's not looking too shabby at all, actually. Got some lumps in there from the outside edge, which is okay. I'll heat it back up again here in just a minute. And you know what? I think that's pretty close to what I'm looking for. Let me put this back in the microwave, heat it up, and then we'll do a test shot. We'll shoot. Oops, I don't want to. I almost put the colorant in the microwave. Don't want to do that. All right. As soon as I get this heated up again, we'll be right back and we'll show you the test shot. Okay, all right, let's get the glove on. I'm going to use the small injector for this. Make sure it's, I probably could have oiled it, but it's okay. I'm going to shoot these 2 molds here, and then we'll pull them out and we'll check them and see if I need to make this a little bit darker or not. I should say a little bit thicker. Okay, there we go. There's that. All right. Now these molds, both of them cool off pretty darn quick. This one's the one from Jacobs. Let's see how we did. Okay, now I think I'm going to open up the other mold here, which is the little curly tail grub. But I'm thinking, let's see if we can get this up here where you guys can see it. Okay, hope you can see that. All right, I think that I want this to be a little bit less translucent. So everybody is going back in the cup. Just a little bit less translucent. I think I'm going to add 5 more drops. See these guys? They're looking pretty good. Okay? But I'm going to add 5 more drops of colorant. And that might be exactly what I'm looking for. Let's put these back in. And we will start heating these up. All right, we'll be right back. I'm ready again. I went ahead and off camera while I was doing the reheating here. I went ahead and added 5 more drops of color. So let's see. It looks like this might be just about what I'm looking for, but we won't know that for sure until we open the molds. Okay, here goes that little curl tail grub, and then here goes. This is the Jacobs mold, the only mold I have from Jacobs. They have a lot of the Jacobs has a lot of their panfish baits that I really like. And if I had more money, I'd have more of their molds. Of course, the same could be said for every mold manufacturer. Okay, let's go ahead and let me go ahead and move that over. I think this is going to be okay. I think this is going to be exactly what I was looking for. Let me go ahead and turn off the camera, move it over. We'll open these up, take a look, and if they look okay, I'll go ahead and shoot the rest of the molds and show you what they look like. Okay, let's go ahead and open this up, and if it looks as good as I think it's probably going to, I think we'll be able to go ahead and shoot those other molds. Oh, now see, that's just a little bit darker, a little bit less translucent than it was before. And I think that's exactly what I'm looking for Limeade. Let's go ahead and pull these guys out. Okay. I think that's exactly what I'm looking for. It's what I had pictures in my brain, almost exactly. Okay. And I'm going to call that good. So let's check out the other molds that I shot. And as long as this one looks okay, which it should, I'll just go ahead and open up the, oh yeah, look at those. Pardon me. All the tails filled nicely. Yeah, this is a bait that the original mold that I got, for whatever reason, I couldn't get it to shoot properly. I was always getting short tails. I talked to the manufacturer and I followed his advice on everything he could think of, and we just couldn't seem to get it to shoot properly. So and he told me, he says, I've sent out hundreds of those molds. He said, this is the first time I've ever had a problem. I said, well, yeah, it's okay, it's no problem. So he fixed the mold, or made a new one, sent it out to me, and this one shoots perfectly. Okay, we don't have any issues, and it was probably just that, like he said, it's probably just something weird with that one mold. Something just happened, and nobody knows. So I'm going to go ahead and shut off the camera and shoot these other two. Well, there's more than 2 molds. Shoot the rest of these molds, and then we'll come back and we'll open them up. Okay, well, I went ahead and warmed it up in here a little bit while I was waiting for the molds to be ready to open. It was down in the low 50s already. We got up to 64. That'll be enough to finish up. Okay, let's take a look at these little 2-inch tubes. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I just love these 2 bait molds, the 2-inch and the 3.5-inch that I have. These are just, they shoot fantastic. Let me snip these guys off. All right, there's that. Let's take them off the rods and splines. I oiled them up just a little bit, so they come off just a little bit easier. Just like there. These might be pretty awesome to fish with. That's the idea anyway, right? There's this guy. That one's one more. And I shot all 3 molds. I'll be making. I'll be opening up the rest of those later. Okay. Here's Limeade and the little tube baits. Okay. What do you guys think of that? Oops, fix that one. There we go. What do you guys think of that, huh? You can let me know in the comments down below what you think of that. I think that's pretty slick. Okay, let's go ahead and open up this one. I believe this is the jerk bait. No, it is not. I'm a fibber. This one is the dragonfly. The dragonfly is looking pretty sweet in this color too. So I'm going to need one. This is the jerk bait. My bad. See, look at those guys. Yeah. I think I've snipped these off too. But I think this is a sweet color here. I'll have to make sure I write it down. There's been a couple times where I didn't, and I had to go back later and figure out what I did. How are those guys? Yeah? I think those look pretty awesome. Now let's go and snip these dudes down. Yeah, see, those guys all turned out pretty darn nice. All right, put those over there. And then the last bait here is the little frogs, 1 3/4 frogs. Snip these guys off too. And this is probably the biggest reason why I don't do all of these on camera, is because there's just so many of them to snip like this. It's kind of slow, and I don't want to take up all your guys' time. I'll take up a little bit of it. What do you think of those dudes? I think those are going to be a fish catching color. Frogs in a fish catching color, just like that. Bam. All right. Okay, well, here we are. We're back. This is the last bit of the video for today. You can see the baits. Well, I have the other 2 molds over there. I had to turn off the fan so you guys don't get it. Pardon me. So you guys don't get overwhelmed with the fan noise. While the camera was off, I stepped on the microphone cord and broke the adapter for the iPhone. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to get another one. But in the meantime, well, this is what we have. It's just this part here. I think this is going to be a winning color for panfish. I think it looks pretty fantastic, really. And I think that the crappie and other panfish are just going to love it. I think they're just going to go nuts on it. Has a nice color glitter in it too, you know. Subscriber contest. I'll put that link in the description, along with the links for all the molds, except for the tube baits, because since they're not being made anymore. So, yeah, so we don't want to pester that guy either. It has to get old, people pestering you for stuff that you're not making anymore. But I'm on the subscriber contest. We're at 494. Seems like every time we start getting close to the number, whichever it is, I think we did 250. Now this time it's 500. I think I did. Pardon me. I think I did 100 another time. But every time we start to get close, it seems like that last little bit just crawls along, like it is now. So share the video with your friends, your frenemies, your enemies, family members, co-workers, anybody you can think of, and hopefully we'll get to that 500 mark before next week. So and that'd be nice. That'd be nice to have that done. And then why? Because then we could do another one. Right? We can do another one and keep working the channel up to that 1,000 mark, and beyond. But until next time, folks, if you liked what you saw, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, so you, and the bell so that you get notifications of when I put up new videos. And until next time, tight lines and calm waters, and God bless.